we're back. Okay, for tonight, my name is Patrick Jones. I'm the president of Chicago A.B.A.T.E. Tonight, it's a live call-in show. We've got Oscar on the phones, 312-738-1060. Call us if you have any questions about motorcycling, any questions about safety, anything about motorcycle education, anything about motorcycle legislation. We can answer all those questions tonight. But first, I got to tell you about this. It's our awareness run. It's a free ride. You come on out. We're going to meet up at the brewery, 3848 North Harlem. This is the Freedom Ride, by the way, for May 5th. That's going to be Sunday, May 5th down in Springfield. Sorry, I grabbed the wrong flyer right away. But this one's just as important because on that day, there's a state rep and there's a state senator that's going to be receiving the Legislator of the Year vest, which is a pretty big honor coming from a motorcycle rights organization. This again is a free ride. Lineup starts at 8 a.m. at the A.B.A.T.E parking lot, 2300 South Dirksen Parkway. Kickstands up 1 p.m. It's a 3.5 hour ride down. Go on down. If you want to drive down, 3 hours, because you can go faster in a car, obviously, you know, not have to worry. So come on down. That's always a good time, and there's food, beverages, all kinds of stuff. There'll be a products table set up for anything you want to do. Remember, May 5th. May is, anybody know what May is?
Motorcycle Awareness Month.
It's Motorcycle Awareness Month. That's what Oscar's telling me now. So if you think Oscar's wrong, call him and tell him, Oscar, I believe you're wrong, Oscar. So we do have one thing that Oscar wrote up for me to read. It's the mission statement of A.B.A.T.E. The mission of A.B.A.T.E of Illinois is to preserve the universal right to a safe, unrestricted motorcycling environment, and to propose and advocate actions that can be taken by elected officials to protect and conserve the natural resources of the state of Illinois, and ensure through professional management that sustainable use, recreational opportunities, and enjoyment of the resources is available for this and future generations. That is the A.B.A.T.E of Illinois mission statement, and you can see that when you look at your the flyer that they send out every month in the newsletter. It's in there. Our next meeting, I was going to show this. Oscar usually gives me and tells me, you know, next meeting is going to be April 17th, May or June. Oh, he forgot. Rare occasion. But our meetings are at the brewery every third Wednesday of the month. In fact, what? We just had one. We just had one last Wednesday, and it was our first outdoor meeting. Now, if you plan on coming to our meetings, be there promptly, but do not be there in August. Yeah, guess what? We decided to take a break. August, we will have no meeting. If you want to go and have some drinks that night, come on by. If you want to just go hang out, come on by. We're not going to have a meeting tonight. We'll just sit, smoke cigars, BS, do a little, you know, no. It's legal. The governor said it's going to be legal, so let's enjoy it, okay? We do have our spring fling coming up. I want to get all of these events out of the way so we can talk motorcycle safety. Our 33rd annual spring fling, Saturday, June 15th. Mark your calendars. Mark it down. Get it on your calendar now, because between now and next month, sometime in May, everybody's going to start hitting you with events. There's going to be parties on Friday, Llama on Tuesday, always Llama on Tuesday, so that one we got to have. Every Friday, Saturday, Sunday, there's going to be some kind of ride going on, some kind of event, some kind of party that you're going to want to be at. But this is the party where, when you come there, this is to help support your right to ride free in the state of Illinois, this great state of Illinois. And all the guys, me, I include myself, because I do it. I jump on a bike, shoot up to Wisconsin, I'll ride all those back roads. Guess what? Illinois has those same back roads. You just got to know where to find them. When we go down south for like the state party or something, you start hitting them back roads and it's just beautiful down there. lot of cornfields in Illinois. So where do you think we're getting our ethanol from? The farmers. Anyways, June 15th, A.B.A.T.E Woods. Everybody knows where A.B.A.T.E Woods is. If you don't know where it's at, Google it. Do a Google. You can find it. Come out, there'll be bike games, trophies, events, all kinds of stuff. We'll hang out, have a good time. We'll talk motorcycling, talk motorcycle rides. We'll talk about Oscar not having a damn thing ready for me. What a shame. What a shame. The guy had one job. One job. Like that. No, Coop, we're not taking anything away from you. We're not giving it to Oscar. Here's the flyer that Oscar made for us, though. Sunday, April 28th, this coming Sunday, actually, is the Chicago A.B.A.T.E Awareness Run. It's also known as the Dave Dog Killer White Run, okay? What we do is the last Sunday in April every year, we go on this free ride. We go right around, just let people know that we are out there. It's time that they've seen us. We've been out there since late March. There's been bikes on the road, okay? Sunday, April 28th, we're going to be out in force, a whole bunch of us, riding all over the place. You're going to see us everywhere. There's going to be a bike blessing at 9:30. If you don't want to come and go on a ride, come, stay for the BS, the Bloody Marys, of course. BS with everybody, do the bike blessing, take off. You don't have to go on the ride. You should show up, come out and support the guys who are doing everything they can to keep you riding free in the state of Illinois. On that day, too, Oscar will be having these. Oh yeah, the Dave White patch. Yes, you can get that at the Awareness Run. And that's a pretty slick patch, Oscar, I gotta say. Pretty nice job there. So, you want those. You want the, look, Oscar made me get a new folder today because he says my folder was nasty, okay? That folder's been with me a long time, Oscar, I gotta tell you. We're gonna have all of this stuff for you. All of this will be on the tables. Just come out, take whatever you want. You can have anything your little heart desires. You can start seeing motorcycles. You can start seeing everything. All of these decals, stickers, and this, my friends, goes on a beer bottle. Yes. So what we do is we have somebody sneak around, sticking it on your beer bottle. Remember, your motorcycle seat is not a bar stool. Keep that in mind. Okay? Am I right? You say it is? What? Oscar's got me confused again. Oscar, is it a bar stool or not? What's wrong with you? You know what? No joke. This is a reminder. There's some instructions on the back. It tells you about visibility, intersections, how to drive with goofy drivers, passing. It's got all kinds of good information on this little piece of paper. So come on out, get these. Like I said, these are all free. All you got to do is walk up, come, take them off the table, get them out of Oscar's way. He'll be happy. Also, some of you guys with some really ugly cars, these will make your car look beautiful. Get that big rust patch, stick it on. Right? Got no rust no more. Don't even have to sand it. Be like Andy. Andy's very good at that. So, also you can get these. I believe Oscar might have some of these. The checklist that I was telling you, the T-clock checklist. We do have those, right, Oscar? We have some? Yeah, we'll get them. Come on out, and most importantly, get you one of these. If you're not a member, you come out that day, you can join. It's very simple. There's a lot of good information on this handout, okay? You do not have to be an A.B.A.T E member. You don't have to join A.B.A.T E. You don't have to do anything like that. If you want to come out, have a good time, see what everything's all about, I think you'll like it. Especially once you start getting into the history of A.B.A.T E and the Chicago chapter in particular, you'll get a lot out of what you're going to find out. So, now we got all that out of the way, I am going to attempt to get Mr. Andy Lago on the phone, and we're going to talk to him about bike tips and keep your bike up and running for May. What is May? Motorcycle Awareness Month. Now, we came in the CAN-TV studio tonight, not knowing every season they've got cultural things up. They've got they had masks, ink and masks and stuff last year, and there's always something hanging in the hallway. When we came in tonight, there was all kinds of Dan Schmidt motorcycle pictures on the wall, and I mean down that long corridor. So that was pretty cool to see, and we do appreciate that CAN-TV, because if you're watching us on CAN-TV, you're watching us because we're doing this for free, okay? CAN-TV, they could use your support. If you got a chance to call one of your politicians, alderman, senator, state rep, give them a call and tell them support funding for CAN-TV, because really, the stuff they do for us is just phenomenal, and we appreciate it, believe me. Omari, we're going to get you those new gym shoes. We are getting you some new gym shoes. What color does he want now? He's got red ones. So, all right, we're going to try to get Andy on the phone, and we're going to talk about motorcycle tech tips. Now, that's if he answers, because now that he's 60 and he's married, he's over 60 now, he's 61. And he was recently married to the love of his life, Miss Nancy. He's kind of hard to get a hold of. So if we can't get him, we'll go through tech tips on our own.
Your call has been forwarded.
Nope. Okay, Andy's not answering, so here's what we're going to do. We'll go with the T clock. Okay. So, I think we went over this before. So, before you go out and you start getting ready to go, I know everybody's been going like running around town, going up and down the street, running to the store for cigarettes or what have you, CBD oil, and the dispensary. You got to go to the dispensary. It's legal. That's JB. That's fine, but you're getting ready to go now. The weather's breaking real hard now, so you want to go on that long trip. What you want to do, first thing you want to do, and this is my first thing, I look at my tires. The first thing I do, look at my tires, look and see if there's any stress cracks, any relief cracks in there. If there is, you need a new tire. Jimbo, don't argue with me on that one. Remember, 294, mile marker 17. Yeah, we know. Okay, after that, check the air, make sure your tires are up. Now, check your fluids, check all your fluids, brake fluid, trans fluid, oil, the primary case fluid, everything. Check all of that, make sure the levels are good. Make sure the oil is good. If the oil looks milky instead of black, the oil's not good, trust me. If it looks like Guinness, it's bad. That's the truth. And after that, check your cables, you know. Go up to the front where your throttle cable comes in and your clutch cable, see if there's any fraying, any of the wires that split off. If you can see them, then the chances are you're going to be having to replace them. Let's see, check your turn signals, check your lights again, make sure everything's secure on the bike. Now, I take my bagger, I take it, I shake it. If I hear anything rattle, now I got to look for the rattle. And the last time I did that, I didn't realize that I had a bunch of junk in the tour pack, so I take everything out of the tour pack and then shake it around. What is this here? Blah, blah, blah. Oh, thank you. That's nice. We're getting text messages. Oil level for a Honda Shadow. I honestly could not tell you. What you could do is go to your computer, because if that's how you're watching us, go on and type in whatever year Honda Shadow you have. What are they, 650s, 550s? And put in if you know the model number, if you know the displacement size, put that in there and just type in oil. It'll tell you. I know my Super Glide takes almost 5 full quarts. My bagger takes a little bit more. When you do put your oil in, if calls for 5 quarts. Remember, it's going to take about 5.5 because that oil filter has to get full also. So you're going from dead empty with an empty oil filter. Sometimes you can put a little oil in the filter. It's better to just put the filter on, lube that ring, clean everything off on the bike, lube the ring, put your oil filter on. Next, fill your oil, run it for about 3 minutes. That's all you need. You don't need the bike to get real hot. Oil will circulate, it'll go into the filter. Let the bike sit for about maybe 20 minutes. Now check your oil again. Chances are you're going to be that much on the stick that's not in there. So fill it accordingly. And we have, oh, Jimbo trying to be a smartass tonight. So I did not see anything wrong with my tire. No, there was nothing wrong with your tire, Jimbo. There was something wrong with both of your tires. They were bald and they were bad. And that's why you fell down and got the scorpion on your head. Yes. And poor Greg had to play the Hulk out in the middle of 294. Yes, Jimbo, your tires were bad and we warned you not to go. So anyways, after Jimbo decided to, on 294, he learned his lesson, a very valuable one. Back to oil, make sure that your oil's full. Don't overfill it, you really don't need to. It doesn't hurt to overfill it a tiny bit. Don't look and say, well, I got a quarter of a can of oil left, let me just throw it in there. Blah, blah, blah. Oh, now we got the short, fat, angry, greasy Italian Mason of the Year chiming in. Okay, yeah, we know what that's all about. Don't try to just fill it and just keep the rest in the can. You don't have to keep it in the bike. Check your brake fluid. A lot of times, I'm guilty, I don't check my brake fluid. I always imagine that, it's a sealed system. It could evaporate a little bit. It could go bad. You can lose fluid. You know, if you bled your brakes, chances are you forgot to refill it properly. I'm of the mind that you should tilt it. I fill it too much because it starts pouring out while I'm putting the seal cap back on and trying to screw it down. So you really don't have to do that. Okay, I found that out. Other fluids, I don't believe that's. I believe that's it. We don't have air. We all have air cooled, right? We don't have any engine cooled. So just take care of your bike. It'll take care of you. It'll get you where you want to go. It'll get you there safely. If you do have any hoses that are cracked, look at them right away. Check your filters. You know, you got an oil filter, you got your gas filter, you got that little oil filter cage, you know, where on the side of the, what's the housing called over there? The housing. There's that little filter. I always pull it out, see if there's any metal shavings or anything like that in there. That's just me. Reflectors and wiring. Excuse me. Check all your wiring, because if your lights aren't working properly, you're going to get somewhere it's going to be dark, especially if you find a nice rural road. Sunset comes, you're going down there, like if you're in the Joliet area where the greasy Italian guy lives. It gets dark down there, it really does. You don't want to be down there in the dark with no lights. I'm pretty sure that's it. You know, another thing, your gas gauge. I know that gas gauges work, but sometimes they don't. I found that out the hard way. Luckily, I don't run it full on reserve. I do keep it with the main tank and then the reserve later. I found that out. Here's another big one that you think it's funny, but it's not. So you're riding down the road. Okay. Make sure you use proper brake fluid. If you need to add bikes, don't use the same type as cars. Yes, make sure everybody should be using .5 now, right? .3 is old bike, old school. Right. So my Super Glide takes .3 in the front, .5 in the back. That's because I had an older brake system put on when I changed the front end on mine. So yeah, watch that. Thank you, Tommy. That was little Tommy saying, check all your stuff and be sure that the deer are not on the road when you're riding on the road and trying to jump over you. Gotcha, Tommy. T, that wasn't a shot. That was funny. Where was that? Gas gauges. So you're riding, now all of a sudden, putt, you're running out of gas, put it on reserve. If you don't know how to put your bike, your gas, the pedcock on reserve, you need to get over to the side of the road, look at it. It'll say on, off, reserve. It'll say res, R-E-S. Learn how to do that right away. Learn how to do it while you're riding, actually. That's something you should learn how to do. Learn where it's at. That's pretty much it for checking your bikes. Get on the road. Go take a nice long ride. Take a ride with us. Also, I know Dark Side Chapter Widow Sons has a big ride coming up in September out to Starved Rock. And that's a big ride. There's about 200 people that show up for that one. So we'll keep that one on the back burner. I'll let you know when that's coming up before the end of our season. The other thing is, watch for everybody else. Worry about yourself, but watch everybody because nobody cares anymore. Ever since the state of Illinois enacted the mandatory insurance thing, nobody cares. Everybody drives like, I can't say the J-O word, can I? No. No. Damn. Everybody drives like J-O. So, what the hell? Touch my cake and I'll cut you. Alright, I don't know what that came from. Everybody drives like, hey, we got insurance, we don't care. Believe me, you don't want to get hit on your bike. Vinny, one of our brothers, was pulling into his driveway, and he got whacked. Now he's got a messed up ankle, he's got pins and screws and every other damn thing. Bike looked like it was pretty beat to shit. Pretty beat up really bad. And I believe he's out of the hospital, correct? Is he out already, Oscar?
I don't know, sorry.
But he is laid up. He got hurt pretty bad from just pulling into his damn driveway. He gets whacked. Really? How bad is that? So, watch for everybody because they're not watching for you. Now, pipes. Everybody, they say, loud pipes save lives. Yeah, they do. They're not annoying. If you know how to work your bikes, I have 2-inch pipes, 2-inch open pipes on the Super Glide. No joke. Loud as hell. And I mean, I wake up the neighbors anytime we start that bike. Junior can tell you. But if you're riding it and you throttle down while you're riding, it's fine. You know, it's just a steady noise. But if you get on it, it will jump. It will. We have a message from the Greasy Italian. Hey, Greasy Italian, why don't you call in? 312-738-1060. Vinny is in rehab, so he's being rehabbed right now. He's hurt pretty bad. I mean, I got a picture of his head. I think we showed that, didn't we, Oscar? So, Vinny, if you're watching, we're all looking out. We're all thinking about you. Hopefully, they grabbed the guy that got you and did this to you. Would you look at the head on him? Yeah. Don't look at the other pictures. They're not good, some of them. Okay? But that is from just pulling into his damn driveway. You know, you're home. You're home free. You're home safe. You know? No. Not always the case. So, another thing. Check your kickstand. A lot of people don't have center stands anymore, but that side stand, check it. That spring could get loose. It could be that it's too tight, and you go to put the kickstand down, it kicks it back up while you're leaning, you're going down. And I watched Medina Motor Corps, the Shriners, and they had tips on how to lift your bagger up, you know, from a fall. Pretty good stuff. You can watch those guys practice if you go out to Medina. They should be starting up pretty soon. So, for tonight, we're going to wrap it up. Sunday, don't forget, Sunday is our awareness run. Come on out, have a good time with us. Also, if you want to find out any more information about us, go to www.chicagobate.com. You'll see a picture of Oscar, you'll see a picture of me, and you'll see a picture of everybody else. Good night.